Michaela.
Ma'am.
Did I ever tell you about that time one of my former co-workers tried to sue me and Travis for $25,000?
No, she did.
Yes, she did, girl. Picture it, year 2000. Travis and I were just approved to have our very first home built, and everything was going smoothly. The only thing we needed to do was decide on where we were going to have our home built. One of my co-workers heard that we were looking for some land, so she approached me one day at work and told me that she had a 1-acre lot available. So she gave Travis and I the address to go look at it, and let me tell you something, y'all. We fell in love. The location was perfect. The land was perfect. We were so excited. We drew up a contract saying that we agreed to purchase the land pending final approval from the inspection, from the mortgage company, and from the construction company. So environmental services go out there to inspect the land, and they come back with some not so good news. They tell us that the land didn't perk, and for those of you who don't know what that means that the land holds water, which means it cannot hold the traditional septic tank. In order for us to put a septic tank down there, we would have to put one down that costs 5 times more than the standard septic tank. Well, we go to the mortgage company, they were like, girl, we ain't giving you no more money. And because the mortgage company would not approve us for anything else, and because home inspection said no, you can't put a standard one down there, then the construction company said, well, we ain't approving it because you can't give us the money to put down the extra one. So unfortunately, we could not get the land. As disappointing as it was to Travis and I was more worried about my co-worker, because now this meant that she was stuck with a piece of land that she could not sell. So I go and I tell her about it, and she is crushed. That's when she tells me that she actually purchased the land from a friend who told her that the land had already went through all inspections and were approved. So she felt like her friend gypped her. So a few days later, while we're at work, she comes to my desk and she's still, big mad because of the fact that she now has land that she can't sell. And she's even madder because she was sold that land by a friend who was not honest with her from the beginning. So you know what she said? She was like, I'm stuck with land that I cannot even sell, and somebody's gonna pay. Somebody's gonna pay big time. And you know what? Look like that someone is gonna be you. I was like,
wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait, first of all, you're not gonna speed past that like you didn't just say what you just said.
But she wasn't lying, because not long after that, the sheriff came a-knocking at my door. And it couldn't have came at a worse time, because by that time, our middle daughter, who was only 4 months old at the time, was in the hospital with the worst case of RSV. So here it is, we have got to go to court in the middle of buying a home and having a baby in the hospital. Now you all know that when you're buying a house, all of your money is pretty much tied up in the house. So we didn't have any extra money for an attorney. So who do y'all think had to represent us in court? I was like, Holy Ghost, you are gonna have to anoint me, equip me, empower me, give me wisdom, and show me what to do, because we have got to get this taken care of right fast and quick in a hurry. And on the day of court, I walked up in there like Janita Cochran. I showed did. God showed himself so strong, because y'all, I got up in there, my cross-examination went smoothly, and before you know it, her witnesses became my witnesses. Long story short, the judge ruled in our favor. I said all of that to say this. Sometimes in life, you will find yourself being placed in a position where you do not feel like you're qualified enough to handle it. But I am forever learning that God does not choose those who are qualified. He qualifies those who he chooses. He sees more in us than we see in ourselves. And if you trust him with everything that's in you, it will always work out in your favor. This video has been brought to you by the Be Macarites Pearl Patreons. Edith Neely, Tina Garter, Markeisha Martinez, Tony Watkins, Heidi Vanterpool, Evangeline Gonzalez, Linda Reddick, Ebony Clark, and Veronica Hawkins. Thank you for your support.